It appears you've been summoned. Will you heed the call?
This is the part where you say yes, Mr. Morton.
Hi everyone, today I want to give a review of a Netflix show, The Order, Season 1, because Season 1 and Season 2 are kind of different. Now, what is The Order about? It's about this college student who just gets into this new private school called Belgrave University. He's trying to get into this secret society called Hermetic Order of the Blue Rose. The college student, his name is Jack Morton. He has a special reason for trying to get into the secret society. That reason is his grandfather and him kind of are plotting something, and that is kind of revealed over time. His father and his family history are connected to it as well. When Jack starts to explore the order and try to get into this secret society, he realizes that they actually practice real magic, which is something that he didn't expect. And then along the course of events, he actually gets recruited by a group of werewolves who are called the Knights of St. Christopher. The Knights of St. Christopher are hell-bent on trying to eliminate evil magic, and since the Order practices a lot of this evil magic, it causes some interesting conflicts later in the story. Jack has a major love interest in this show. Her name is Alyssa Drake, and she's a middle-level Order member called Medicum who can also practice magic and teaches Jack and his mentor throughout the episodes. I want to talk about the Order and why I like it so much, and also maybe give you a sense of whether you might like the show or not. The reason why I like the Order a lot is because it employs a genre called magical realism really effectively. Magical realism is the idea of a fantasy world that's set in somewhat daily life. So it's mixing real world stuff that we see today and fantasy magical stuff like werewolves, witches, and magic in general. I always find magical realism that focuses more on the realism and less on the magic tends to have really immersive, engaging plots, strong and realistic emotions, and really good character development. And that's exactly what The Order has. The Order for me is less of a story about werewolves, magic, and secret societies, and a lot more about the experience of going to college for the first time. College symbolized something that I really love in life, which is the feeling of possibility, that anything can happen. When you enter college as a freshman, you feel like your life is ahead of you. You got your major set out, but you could change it, and there's all these people that you can meet. Maybe you're going to meet somebody that you really like in terms of romantic relationships in college. That's what a lot of people do. And maybe you can find yourself, maybe you can reinvent yourself. And this feeling is so magnified in The Order because not only is Jack coming to this new college, meeting all these people, finding this girl that he really connects with, but he also is discovering magic and all these secrets that are mysterious and interesting, and this adventure that he goes through on whether he's going to be a werewolf, whether he's going to be a part of the Order. And all those different questions make for a very interesting emotional story, and it really reminds me of the magic that college felt like. Going at night to the art studio for me felt like magic because it really felt like a time of possibility. And that's exactly what The Order feels like. This amazing feeling of possibility. Now, there are a couple things that I think people might want to watch out for if you're watching The Order or you're not sure whether The Order is right for you. There's a couple things that I think are not so great about it. Number one, I feel like there's a little bit of a disturbing dynamic between the Grand Magus, who's an older man in a position of power, and Alyssa Drake. There's this kind of weird tension between them, and it feels like really uncomfortable to watch because he is in a position of power, she's a younger woman, and there seems to be some sort of chemistry going on between them, even though it isn't explicitly explored in any shape, way, or fashion.
She's only a medicum and a sophomore.
And the other thing that I think, one of the criticisms I have for the show is just the fact that, you know, a lot of shows where there's a lot of magic and crazy stuff going on, even in crime shows or sci-fi shows, the death tends to be normalized after a period of time. It just feels like a video game, just killing people off in a story. When in real life, death is something much more impactful. And definitely in The Order, initially, death is a big deal, but later, as it moves on, it definitely becomes more normalized. That's my review of The Order. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in there that I didn't talk about because I didn't want to spoil anything. But I love the filmography for these episodes. They have amazing, beautiful shots. The chemistry between the actors feels very real and believable. And the protagonist is very likable, and not just because his name is the same as mine, but also because he's just such an underdog in this whole fight. He comes from a poor background at a place where it feels very much establishment.
All over your good jeans, too. I mean, those are your good jeans, right? Or are they your only jeans?
Belgrade University feels kind of like Yale, and the Hermetic Order of Blue Rose kind of feels like Yale's Skull and Bones, you know, that secret society that George Bush was part of. It really feels that way. He's like this underdog townie, but he doesn't really get down on himself. He's very confident. He goes after for what he wants, even after he feels or runs into major different challenges. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about The Order if you already watched it, and whether you have a similar feeling, and whether this felt like college to you or whether you're going through the college experience right now. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys next time.